Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be watching a private coaching I had with a Platinum player. We only saw one game, but I think it was super interesting because we saw most of the mistakes that a Platinum player would be doing. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Oh, okay. I was wondering what was going to happen.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was waiting too.
okay. Okay? So you could go here. It's a bit risky, because your teammate is not in place. But at the same
Yeah,
time, if you don't go, then the enemy gets the ball, right?
yeah,
So it's a sort of trade-off. Are you gonna go or not? If you go, you have to get a good hit though, because for example, if you just boom it on the backboard, right? If you boom it on the backboard, then like this guy is just gonna take it, right? He's gonna be able to like follow up
yeah.
after.
Mm,
So I'm gonna advise you to like not try to like score this, but at least get close enough so that when this guy jumps, right? If this guy jumps, you're able
mm.
to beat him, right? Like if you
Okay,
if you're able to get the beat, even if you're not able to score, the enemy cannot attack you,
okay,
and so like then you keep the offensive pressure, right? Um,
okay.
wanted to play safe, which is fine, and you do rush in the end, so like it's all good, but still want to be careful. Uh, you get the boost. Okay, nice. Bit of chaos, but that's fine. Um, Honestly, here I would tell you to not rotate on the same side of the ball, right?
Okay.
The thing is, we always want to be facing the ball, but in relation to the net, right? So like here, who is
Okay.
closer to the ball? It might be you. It might be the like your teammate, but who is closer to score is definitely not you, because you will
Mm,
have to do like a turn, right? You have to arrive, do a turn to get the ball, while your enemy, well, your teammate, well, I don't know what he's doing on the post, but imagine if he was like properly placed.
yeah.
He just has to do this, right?
Mm,
So essentially, he's facing the ball towards the net, while you have to do a turn. So it's actually here. It's actually better if you just instead of like flipping here to go directly to the ball, if you leave to let your teammate go.
okay.
And this is like like the one on one of rotations. You have your teammate that here would go. He's the P1, right? He's the
Mm,
first man he goes, and you would be the P2 or the backup, right? Essentially, you're gonna
okay.
follow what he's gonna do. That way, if he mess up, it's fine. You are behind. You will be able to, save whatever happens. If you succeed, for example, with a pass, well, you're also behind. You might be able to play that pass, right? The problem
Mm,
here is that you're actually just getting the rotation, right? Because by going here, well, your teammate is kind of like I don't know what he's doing on the post, but let's say that he wanted to go for this ball, then you would just
yeah.
cut him, right? It's like he cannot
Okay.
go because you are in front, but he has a better angle than you, but you're cutting him. So you kind of want
Okay.
to be
Yeah.
careful with that. And in the end, look, you got beat.
Yeah.
um, so just be careful about that. I don't know, like I'm pretty sure like we'll see other occasions where that happens. Um, I'll tell you to again be kind of careful here, right?
Mm,
Um, this ball right now, is it dangerous?
not necessarily, I would say.
No. Now is it dangerous?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. Are you in a place where you can save it easily?
He could probably flick it to the left from him, so not really.
To be honest, like the guy you're against like had a very bad touch, right? Like he won't be able to do much with that touch. But the issue I kind of have here is you're kind of like you're putting yourself in a bad spot. So you have two ways to defend in Rocket League. Either you take a better angle to defend the shot. That way, like for example, instead of being there, you arrive with this angle here. You see like how if I'm here, this is way
Mm,
easier to save because I'm facing the ball, right? Your second option
mm,
is to prevent the shot from happening. So you could, for example, here, see this ball is neutral, you could have flipped here, that way you're able to jump here, right? And your goal is not
mm.
necessarily like to beat this guy, but if you at least do a 50 here, well, he cannot score if you're blocking the ball.
Yeah.
It's a bit more advanced, to be honest. You have to have like confidence in yourself to like go fast and be able to hit the ball. But I think it's kind of interesting that you
Mm,
already are aware of that. Like now you have like both
okay.
options. Sometimes you will see that hey, I cannot go for the ball. I need to like just defend. And sometimes you will see that, hey, I was too passive. If I actually went, I wouldn't have to defend, right? And I feel like here
Mm.
you kind of put yourself in a middle position, right? I'm not ready to defend, on the back post, right? Like this is where I have the best angle, but I'm not either committing on this because like I'm too slow. So I'm putting myself in between, and now this is very awkward.
Yeah.
And in the end, like you almost let them score. So your good defense that you had, take some boost. Um, I understand what you did here, but is there a reason for you to go back in your net?
Not really.
No, right? Um, the enemies are leaving, so take some pads. Because right now, like your teammate is the P1, he's gonna do some attack. Like he doesn't have much boost, but he's gonna do something, and you want to be following that, right? And in the end, like you do follow, but you could have taken like a couple of pads instead. You decide to play safe, it's fine. Free ball. Uh, okay. I was gonna say, be careful of this, because like the enemy might seem like he might be able to save it.
Mm.
Because you kind of like did a very basic shot, and he was ready to defend. But I guess he was not ready to defend, so it's all good.
Yeah, classic Plat.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Oh, you kind of steal your teammate some the boost.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well.
Yeah. And really be careful with your 50 here, right? You really want to be behind the ball if you're doing a 50.
Okay, so never 50 from the side.
Well, it's simply because, we're gonna do like physics 101. If you're coming like this, and he's coming like this, where do you want the ball to go? Right.
Yeah, the ball's probably gonna go in my net.
Well, it can like go from like in this area, and it might go to your net, right? So essentially, a good way you can think of it is, he's so awkward. Okay, you kind of to make a good 50, at least like a 50 that like stays in the same place. If you want to like make a 50 that goes in a special direction, you might have to put more thought. But if you want to make just like a 50 that goes like that blocks the enemy, if he's coming like this, you kind of have to just counteract that, right? You have to come also like this, right?
Mm.
And obviously, if you, for example, want to send it to the right, then you might like want to come like this. That way, you're blocking a bit of the left side of the ball. That way, it goes on the right. So like there is some
Okay.
more thought, but the basic thing that you need to remember for 50s is you kind of want to counteract what the enemy is doing. And think of it this way: it's kind of similar to a kickoff, right? Like the guy spawns on the other side, completely symmetrical to you. He's gonna rush the ball. You also rush the ball, and you meet in the middle, right? Like this
Yeah.
could have been a goal from them. Thankfully,
Mm.
it's not gonna happen, but a bit dangerous. It's fine. You go. You have a 1-1-1 here. Good try on the mechanics. Coming back. Okay, this is not too bad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I understand what happened. This is the moment where you could have went, because your teammate is not going for this ball. But since you didn't go, now your teammate is ready to go for this ball, and now you're too close. Too close, right? I mean, so close that you're gonna bump him, right? Essentially, you can think of this as, if I drew like the sections in the field, right? You are really like on the same section as your teammate. And remember, your goal, like here, if you decide that your teammate is the P1, you want to be the P2, right? The goal of the P2
Yeah.
is essentially to be ready. If for example you are here, you'd be ready for what is gonna happen in front of you, right? And here you're just way too close. You end up bumping your teammate, and you can score, right? So like you just have to make a decision. Do I go now? Because you have like a window where you could have went. If not, you let your teammate play and you play behind him, right? You think of it this way: even if your teammate misses, unfortunate, it happens. Even if your teammate misses, it's fine if you are behind him. You'll be able to, follow up after. Right, leave. So here, unfortunately, your teammate kind of gives the ball away. You decide to rush, okay. If you have to leave, for example, this is not your ball anymore. I think you agree with that.
Mm.
Leave like this, right? The reason why is if you turn, you keep some of your momentum, you might be able to take some boost, and essentially you're doing that rotation that we saw earlier, right?
Yeah.
If you're like leaving by going backwards, while you're losing your momentum, and you're gonna also be awkward, and it's also gonna be awkward for your teammate, because you might be rotating out on the same line that he's coming,
Mm.
right? India is gonna work out fine. Okay, it's again 1v1. So I would advise you to try to take your time. I know that like at this level you don't really have the mechanics to be able to do things in those situations. I understand that. Um, but like here you have a one-on-one, right? So if you wanted to make a pass,
Yeah.
first see if your teammate is there because like he was not there. If not, do something. Like try something. It's fine if you mess up, but like here you have to do something, and here you just end up giving the ball away. A bit risky this boost grab since the play is happening in your side. If it was able to save it, it's fine. Right, let him play. Okay, he gave you the ball. Nice, well played. Where is your teammate here? Okay. He's a bit far. Yeah, so I'm just gonna like tell you something to be careful of. What do you expect of this ball? What do you think you can do with this ball?
I think my initial plan was like when it touches the wall, I just touch it, so it kind of like kind of a pinch, I
Yeah.
guess, but not to mine it.
Yeah, I see what you want. And like, it's not necessarily bad. The reason why it's not necessarily bad is because your teammate is not there. But did you know that your teammate was not there?
No.
No. So I will tell you like the default thing that you want to be doing is whenever like there is a change of direction, well you can think of it as like this line, okay? So like imagine this line in the midfield, okay? You
Mm.
were attacking on this side, right? And the enemy was defending on this side. Whenever you want to rotate out, it's along the mid side, like the midfield line. You want to rotate out to the middle, and the enemies are going to do the same thing too, right? Like they will also rotate out like this. It essentially makes a circle. The reason why I'm
Mm.
saying this in your case is because what you did was you did this, so you attacked, that's completely fine, and then you're continuing here, which sometimes can be fine. But here, look at your teammate. I don't know why he left. Maybe it was because he saw you, maybe not, I don't know. But see, if your teammate just did this, right, then he would be in the proper rotation direction. Like he would be facing the ball towards their net. It's kind of like the same thing that we saw
Mm.
in the beginning in defense, but here's in offense, right? And so if instead you decide to rotate out through the middle, you'd have been able to become the P2 of your teammate, the backup, and he can just continue then.
Okay.
But here you're kind of like overextending. And honestly, if you were able to get your hit, maybe I would have just like mentioned this, you know, like as a future reference. Because I think
Mm.
the thing is like you could have done something. So like it's not necessarily bad, but it's only not bad if you see your teammate is not gonna go. Because like if your teammate wanted to go, you'd have been cutting him again.
Okay.
So it's just something that you need to be careful of. Because like see in the end like this is kind of awkward, right? Well, you play well. You do disturb the play. Honestly, just do a flip here. Like, there's not really any reason to do a wave dash. Here, you're too close.
Yeah.
See, think of it this way: the interaction between your teammate and the enemy, you're going to be ready for this, right? It's like you should not be getting
Mm.
surprised by this, because you should be covering all of the options of this challenge, and instead you're kind of surprised. Good recovery. Okay, nice. Good beat. Okay, let's your teammate go. See, this was, I mean, you might have been a bit too far as a P2, but this was like a good showcase of why it's important for you to be there. Teammate messed up, it's fine, you got the ball after. Ooh, be careful. So usually like the issue that sometimes like happen at this level is that we see the ball but not the enemy, right?
Hmm.
So like yeah, first of all, yes, look at the ball. Can I go? Yeah, okay. Then look at the enemy. Is he closer to me or like is he closer to the ball than me or not? Because here like he just had you beat. Like I don't think
Yeah.
he even saw you in like his in his POV. This is your ball. Not bad. Did you beat one? You end up leaving. Be careful with your recoveries.
Yeah. I think I'm doing too much sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bit unfortunate here. Yeah. I think maybe taking a wider angle could have helped you. So instead of going like this, because then you have like to jump here and like make some sort of save. If you were able to take wider, again, you're facing the ball. It's a bit easier whenever you're facing the ball. Um, I think it could have maybe been easier for you to save it. It was still like a very hard save. The reason why you know that you can take wider, and I feel like you actually can see like the difference here. Like you did something like this, and then you did something like that, right? And I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure it's because you wanted to go for the ball, but you saw your teammate was already there. So again, like just like let him play. And if you decide to like let him play earlier, I think you'd have gotten like a better angle, which makes this save a bit easier than here. But again,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a mechanical issue as well. So I think as long as you practice those, you will get better. Okay, this is yours. Good try. If you can demo, that would have been kind of cool. It's a bit more advanced, but if you can find like those demos in the midfield, it can like really relieve the pressure. Like see like this guy is like waiting for that ball to like go in front of your net. So if you're able to just
Yeah.
demo him, well now we just have a free ball.
Hmm.
Um, it's yours. Again, you're a bit too close, and you get surprised by that, right? See, you're not ready
Yeah.
for this ball. Like so now you had like to go backwards, but like you don't really go backwards. And here they should have scored.
Yeah.
You have to catch your teammate, but here like, I understand. It's fine. All right, sort of a 1-1-1.
It was
Well,
just bad for me.
it's sad, but there is a good thing. The good thing is that I see that you are getting a couple of those, which means that if you get
Yeah. I
better,
don't. I don't know.
well, I think like it's the third time you get like a sort of 1-on-1 situation, right? And these are very good
Hmm.
for you to score because essentially if you just beat the guy, it's a goal. Um,
Hmm.
so that means that if you're able to get a bit like better at those situations, you will be able to score a bit more. Um, ooh, good beat. I don't know if it was really what you wanted to do, but see, you got another 1-on-1 situation and you don't do anything with that. Um,
Yeah.
and I will show you after what you can do. It's not like you don't have to do crazy stuff. It's kind of sad here. Well, it's kind of like the same thing again, right? We stop, we go backwards, and then we jump, but we jump too late.
Hmm.
It's like they already have the threat. So
Yeah.
here, if you were a bit faster, I think that would have been fine. Again, just like not letting them play. And when I say that, that doesn't mean that you need to be playing recklessly. It just means that you can't like just leave them space and do whatever they want. Right, free ball, good beat. Right, I like the fact that you're conserving your boost here. Nice, well played. That was actually good. See, I feel like you were able to get like the ball on your car. You tried to do a dribble. It
Hmm.
didn't work out on his own, but your teammate was ready, so that was perfect
Yeah.
for you, for
I
you, for
don't know.
you, for you.
Usually I can do it better, but
Ah,
I don't
unfortunate.
know.
It's fine here. Okay, that's good. I'm just gonna like mention something because like I think that that's the second time I see you do this, which is a good thing. Like you try to disturb the play whenever you cannot, rotate back, and that's good, right? Because like you don't only want to be going back so that your teammate can go. Sometimes it's fine if you just like disturb the play so that he has like a better save, like a better ball.
Mm.
The other thing I want to mention is you don't necessarily have to go only for the ball. You can also like go for the bump, right? And
Mm.
usually, if you go for the bump, it's safer because you won't be touching the
Okay.
ball. Like think of it this way: like here, if you touch the ball, where is the ball gonna go? Well, it's gonna go like with the force of this
The
guy and
corner.
your force too, right? It's like yeah, the ball is moving like, to the corner here in this case. If you demo him
Mm.
or bump him, then the ball is just gonna like roll like this, and now your teammate has an easier ball, right? In all the cases,
Okay,
like
yeah.
both are fine because like you're not letting them like you're not letting you're not letting him play. So like both are fine, but it's just like it's
Mm.
better for your teammate if you just like bump him, so it's like the ball won't move really. And sometimes you might also like avoid like weird scenarios where like you pinch it and then you get your teammate gets surprised. Because I see
Yeah.
like how here your teammate kind of gets surprised by the ball, which is fine. You end up getting it. Um, Good beat. Take the boost. You had more time here. Careful, your decisions are kind of like weird here, right? You finish your action, you
Mm.
leave, right? You also want to play with your teammate, right? You're still looking? Yes, you're still looking. If you leave early, you also like send a message to your teammate that hey, it's your turn to go, right?
Mm.
So sometimes if you think that you have like passive teammates, like oh my teammate like never goes when it's their turn, it might be because of you. You know, because like people are have a tendency of being more aggressive, cutting more into the play. Usually like their teammate will adapt and also be more passive to like counteract how you're playing, right? Because
Okay.
like here, see like you're turning here. If I was your teammate, I would be like, well, what are you doing, right? Well, if I see you
Mm.
leave straight up, it's like okay, it's my ball, I can go, right? Um,
Mm.
and see like now you're both in the same place. It's kind of awkward. All right. If you see your teammate kind of give the ball away, it's fine. Want to be careful here. Free ball. Unfortunate. To be fair, like the issue is here, your teammate rotated on the same side as the ball, uh, which, as you can see, it can like create confusion. Good try though. Like I don't mind if you miss it. Like what I mind is if you don't go for what you're supposed to go, and here you had to go. Good demo here. And you guys scored. Well played. Well played. Well played. Well played. Not a bad kickoff. You take the boost. Let your teammate go. Yep. Honestly, there was like no need to waste all of your boost here, right?
Yeah.
Um. Also, if you really want to get like faster, um, max driving speed plus 12 boost plus a front flip gets you supersonic, right? If you want to go a bit faster, like in like a shorter distance, right? You can like do boost in like boost a little bit more and then just do a flip.
Mm.
You can do a split flip if you want. I don't know if at this level I'm saying you can, but like look at this right now. You're just like wasting all of your boost. See, oh, we actually
Yeah.
saw it. We actually saw it here. Um, here, wait, here. See, we saw like the trails of the supersonic, right? Like there was like
Yeah.
no need to jump here and waste all of your boost because you missed and now you are zero. And actually didn't score because of that. So a
Okay,
bit
yeah.
unfortunate.
So I just used too much boost. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's also because you panicked. You thought that it was in, right?
Mm.
Um,
Yeah.
and the thing is, if you go fast early, which like it's completely fine, like you get supersonic, and then as you're supersonic, you can actually look if I have to jump or not. What you did was like,
Mm.
oh, the ball is going on our side, I have to go. But you didn't really ask yourself, I have to go, but like, is it gonna go in? What angle do I have to take? Like, how am I making the save? You just jumped because you were scared, and like that's normal. But if you just took like 1 second to look at the play, would have been completely fine. I guess they're doing some sort of fake. Careful. Oh well, there's like no time. Okay, never mind. um, okay, nice. Yeah, again, you could have been more aggressive if you wanted, right? I don't think it would have been
Mm.
too bad, because you could have made the challenge around here, right? Also, if you're risky, like if you're scared of risky challenges, what you can do is like challenges that like let you escape rapidly. For example, here if you go like this and like you miss, it's fine. You can always do that, right? You have some
Mm.
boost, so like here you could like just boost a little bit more, do a flip, and by I don't know like by this mark you'd be supersonic, right? And you can go for like to demo the other guy, and like your teammate then tries like to save this ball. So like, it's not like too bad if you miss, right? You just don't want to make like challenges that like, for example, if you have to fly, fly super far and then you miss, then you will be awkward. You will land in a weird spot with no boost. Like, those chances are like very bad to miss. But here, it's kind of fine if you do go. The thing I don't really like is like see like how you're returning, right? You're going backwards, and now it's like in the end it's like all in your team's hand. Thankfully he's able to save it. He decides to play safe. They mess up. Not bad. Not bad. It was a bit weird though. Like you wasted
Yeah.
like you took so much of your time, and like you didn't even like match the flip here.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least you got the bounce, so like it's all good. So what do you think about this game?
I think sometimes I just did very like dumb decisions, like ends overplaying maybe.
Well, I think like there's like
Because
two aspects of your gameplay I would like tell you to focus on. First of all, like there's like all the rotational and positional
yeah.
side. Sometimes you have to go, or you can go. It's not to like not go. It's like you let the team in plays, like the enemies play, which is not too bad at this level because like most of the time they're not doing much. But you
Mm.
could get like occasions out of that. Like if you just like go and you do a 50, then you get the ball, and like now you're attacking. While what you would be doing is like kind of letting them play. But also that's not a big deal because it's not actually bad to play safe either, right? And like it does mean that you are able like to recognize like the danger. So I don't really mind it as much. Um, what I do mind is sometimes you just go on in your team space, right? And
Mm.
that it did happen a couple of times. I understand that at this level you might think that your teammate is trash and like he can play and like he's so bad he's gonna miss, but that's even more of a reason for you to like to be behind, right? When he plays, I'm
Mm.
behind. I'm ready to play to take his follow up, right? You don't want to be going to the middle and like waiting for a pass if he might miss the pass. You want to be like more in a middle position where I can play the pass if needed, and I can play the miss if needed too. That's actually something that you like. I think is very important. Players often talk about trust, and I don't think like it's really relevant. You don't want to be trusting your teammate or like mistrusting them. You kind of want to be in a middle position where, you know, if the instruction is happening in front of me, I can go both to the right to play like the miss, or I can go to the left to play like the success option, right? I can do both
Mm.
options because I am ready for both. I'm facing the play for both. And I feel like you were like a bit too close sometimes. Sometimes rotations were a bit too, um, you know, I don't have the word, but like like for example, when you got beat, like the ball is gonna go in your corner, and you just rush the ball. It's like yes, you're
Mm.
going fast with the ball, but how do you want to play that? Because now you have to turn, so might as well just like let it to your teammate and do a proper rotation, right?
Mm.
So I think that's something that you can work on. And the second aspect I would like tell you to focus on is more on of your mechanical side, because in that game you got a lot of occasions to score, right? I think you have like
Yeah.
about like five 1v1s. Obviously, I'm not
Mm.
asking you to like score all of them, but you should at least like be able to to do like things where you're able to keep control of the ball and not just do like simple shots. Obviously, if you see like there's like a shot that you can do, do it. But I see like even something like this, right? It's not like super hard, but it does require you to like have a bit more control of the ball, right? And see like I'm doing like a hook shot like this. If you're able to like
Mm.
score this, not like what I did, you would be able to get like so many good shots, right? Like and like we saw that sometimes you did like some basic shots and they went in. So imagine if you're able to do like very powerful shots where you just like do something like this, right? You know, like a bit more control in your touches, I think will be
Mm.
helping you. So the
Yeah.
mechanic I would like advise you to learn is the bounce dribbles. I see that you want to like
Okay.
to do like dribbles, and like those are fine. Like dribbles can be very good, but you, like they're also kind of advanced. Oh, that's like the new crossbar sound. So like with like bounce dribbles, they do teach you like how to, control your car and get like a good touch. And the reason why it's so powerful is because, well, you can like kind of like juke your teammates or your enemies. I keep saying teammates. You can kind of juke your teammates with like good touch like that, right?
Mm.
You can get like good shots on the bounces. If you want to go for a dribble, you can always do that. Like, see, I can always catch it and then I go for a dribble. I can do that.
Yeah.
And when you will be a bit better, you might be able to go for like air dribbles, right? You might be able to go for air dribbles. It's like it offers you a lot of options, which is one of the
Mm.
which is why it's one of the best games to learn at your level, and it does teach you like how to get like good hits on your ball, how to use like power slide efficiently to like do cuts on the ball, how to time your touches as well, um, how to like use the space efficiently. Like there's a lot to learn from this mechanic, and then couple that with like simple basic shots. For example, if you're able to do something like this, right? Like essentially like the shots where you fly and you do like one flip for your
Mm.
aerials. As I think like you will be getting in more plays where you have to go for aerials. Don't like if you're able to get like those down, that's where most of your shots are gonna come in. You don't need like crazy
Okay.
mechanics, but like those are like the two I would recommend you practicing, and you will see like whenever you have situations like now you will be able to do way more.
Okay.
Um, do you have any questions? Anything else you wanted to discuss?
Um. Yeah. One question: do I
Yep.
just train these bounce dribbles in free play, or is there like training packs that can
Honestly,
help with that?
bounce dribbles can be good to train on in free play, right? Like essentially, see what I'm doing right now. You kind of want to be able to like do that, right?
Mm.
Um, get a good bounce, then you can like add, you know, you want to be adding like some drifts as well at some point. Cause like they really teach you like how to control the ball in a space. And the thing is with free play is like you have all of the space you need, right? So
Mm.
I would advise you to like just like train it on in free play. For the other shots, well, for like the simple jump, like single jump aerial, there is probably like training packs that I can try to find for you. Or like have them on top of my mind, but I will try to find them and I will send it to you after if you want.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
And yeah, so do you have anything else? Otherwise, I think we're pretty
Uh.
much good.
Maybe it sounds like an excuse right now, but
Yeah,
I think the game was at like 3 a.m. So I was pretty tired. So I
which
usually play a little better, just
which is a
more
fair
consistent.
which is fair enough. The thing is, if you want to rank up, you don't want to be only playing at your best all times. You actually want your
Mm.
lowest to be higher, right? So, for example,
Yeah. Mm.
if I was to play at 4 a.m. with I don't know, with like 2 hours of sleep and like really tired, I would obviously be playing bad, but I will still play
Yeah.
at the GC level. Like that's my
Mm.
minimum. It's like even if I am bad. Heck, even if I like change my keybinds, I will still be able to play at this level. Like that's just like my
Okay.
floor. And so that's what like one way you can think of it, right? Which is completely like fine. Like I completely like I trust you, right? Like I'm sure you can like maybe do better at like 2 p.m. than 3 a.m. But your goal is always to like raise your floor skill and not only
Mm.
your peak skill, right? Like if you raise your peak
Okay.
skill, you might be able to do like something crazy, right? Once in a while, but that's not what you want to be doing. You want to be
Yeah.
at your base better than what you were.